It is a beautiful night for the beautiful game. League One action presented by Orlando Health here on ESPN Plus. OCB playing host to Tormenta, Osceola County Stadium in Kissimmee, Florida. I'm Bruce Silverman. Thanks so much for being with us here this evening for this League One affair. And we're going to start talking about a 19-year-old out of Venezuela. His name is Moises Tablante. He's 5'10", 139. He's a holdover from a year ago. This is the Publix Ultimate Tailgater Report. Moises Tablante, 3 assists already on the season, and he has been a stalwart for this club. As I said, second year with it. You see a goal from a year ago, and he will be up top today with Rivera and NG. South Georgia Tormenta, last time out, came from behind at Chattanooga to get the big win, and that coming off of a devastating loss, a 4-0 loss against Forward Madison. But now, none of those things matter because it's time to play some football. OCB, Tormenta next on ESPN Plus.
Money worked for me.
I met and raised my savings goals.
Fairwinds gave me the freedom to go further.
My advisor helped me invest in myself and maximize my savings.
I can focus on growing my business because I know Fairwinds is growing my money.
Fairwinds helped me pay less interest on my new car with the shorter term loan.
Fairwinds keeps me connected anywhere I go.
And I know whatever's next, my Fairwinds crew will always have my back.
Get the freedom to go.
This is the label that stands for good. This is the food that's behind the label that stands for good. This is the farm that grows the food that's behind the label that stands for good. This is the family that need not worry about the farm that grows the food that's behind the label that stands for good.
If it says Greenwise on the outside, you can trust that it's good on the inside. Greenwise, only from Publix.
Welcome back, everybody. That is Marcelo Nevilev, the coach of OCB. OCB and Tormenta coming up in just a moment. And we take a look at Nevilev once again, and he is not only the manager of OCB, but he also oversees the academy. Orlando City B will run out Austin Aviza as the keeper. Changes from the last time we got together. Rivera, NG, and Tablante up top. Rosales, who is a Kissimmee, Florida native, gets the start on the back line for Mr. Nevilev. Last time out, Neil Vinyals was the man that just was the heartbreaker against OCB, this back on the 1st of August. 2 goals, got the brace in that win. Tonight, OCB looking to make it a different story. We take a look at Tormenta's lineup. Hara will get the start in the pipes, and Vinyals not in the starting lineup. He is available on the bench. There is also a new player with Tormenta. His name is Curtis Thorne, just signed a few days ago. He will also be available for the visitors this evening. The United Soccer League, all 47 championship and League One teams and its players stand together in support of diversity, inclusivity, equality, and compassion. Please join us for a 15-second moment of silence. United against racism. Moments away from getting started in this League One match. It will be Tormenta in the white kits going from right to left on your screen. The boys in purple will go from left to right. What you are witnessing now is a powerful moment. OCB and Tormenta have come together to recognize the fight for equality, diversity, and inclusivity by using the first 7 minutes of tonight's match not to play soccer, but rather to honor the ongoing movement around surrounding injustice, social injustice, and the need for positive change in our sport and in our society. What you're seeing here comes just hours after unveiling of the Black Players Alliance, an organization recognized by the USL and the USLPA, with a mission to educate and empower its members to use the platforms to effect positive change in their communities throughout the league. The organization has issued a statement that reads, "We want to create consistent dialogue with the teams, league, and communities we serve in order to create more diverse environments. As Black players, we want to use our voices to amplify the issues surrounding racism and social injustice throughout our country and be a conduit for positive systematic change. In alliance with the USLPA and with the support of the USL, we continue to shine a light on the important issues affecting not only our players within the league, but also the communities we support, and we are dedicated to leading the charge for impactful change." What a moment this is. And we're officially in action. We'll start with Phelps. This ball going over the top. Tormenta trying to attack early, headed out of play by O'Callahan. 23-year-old out of Winter Springs, Florida. The throw-in going in quickly, finding Mayer. Pulling up the brakes, sending it forward. Skelton over the top. Flag goes up. Opportunity over for the visitors. And we'll start up the action on the outside. Keys to the game tonight, presented by Rasmussen College. For OCB, just play with composure. That's what they need to do. That's the winning formula. And for the visitors, avoid the distractions that are typical when you're on the road. Ball goes out of play, last touch by Tablante, and Muller will throw it in to Phelps, then Skelton, then back out to Daniel Jackson. Jackson with a tremendous amount of experience in USL, played for Richmond a year ago, North Carolina FC, Charlotte, Independence, OKC Energy, and St. Louis FC. So that right fullback with a tremendous amount of leadership from that back line as OCB starts us up. First real touches, and the back line is very different than when we got together a few weeks ago. That shot knocked away by Avisa. Botella Faz was trying to score early for the visitors. That doesn't take place, but we get to take another look. Defense making a mistake right there as Aguilera gives it up and almost pays the price for that turnover. But right now the visitors seem to be in control of this game. Tablante thought about it, didn't get a foot on it. It has to work all the way back to Pablo Jara, third year with Tormenta. And the outlets to Phelps. Phelps surveying his option over for Skelton. He'll right foot it well down the pitch. Flag stays down on that one. Mishandled, but last touched by Nick O'Callahan in our first corner of the evening, coming in the 11th minute. And we'll see that it will be Muller taking this one. In swinger coming up for Tormenta. Driving it into the middle of the 18, headed out, but waiting on it and sent out of play. Another opportunity for the visitors that they cannot contribute to, and so Avisa will slide it out for Williams. Carbali. And then Rosales will send it back to his keeper. A whistle will stop play once again. And neither team really settling down right now. Frederick Roning is the man with the Barbasol and the whistle this evening. O'Callahan surveying his options, working his way up the pitch, finds a lot of running room, and then gives it up. OCB has to earn it back. Carbali for Williams, and then gives it back. Aguilera over the top, looking for Tablante over his head. Phelps put a head on it, goes out of play, and Rosales will come over to throw it in. Surveys his options, plays catch with Aguilera. Goes out once again off the visitors, and the throw in for the 22-year-old from here in Kissimmee. Aguilera through the circle for Williams. O'Callahan knocked away momentarily, and OCB will have to regroup. Carbali for Aguilera. And now Williams once again. O'Callahan trying to get around Micheletto. Ahead. And that's covered up by Hara. O'Hara, the captain for the visitors, rolling it out for Phelps. Now Muller all the way back to his keeper. Skelton, second year with Tormenta. Ahead for Gomez. A little give and go, and it doesn't quite go the direction of Tormenta, with Rivera going down, the 16-year-old out of San Juan, Puerto Rico. Set piece opportunity for the home team. For a moment, it looked like O'Callahan was going to take it. He walks away. So the big body, the 6'0", 175, 23-year-old who has some time with the first team, will head towards the 18, and it will be Jonathan Rosales directing traffic. Right foot here in the 14th minute. By the time he kicks it away, we'll be in the 15th. OCB trying to direct some traffic in front of O'Hara, headed on, and Hara will snatch it out of the air. The header from O'Callahan, not a lot on it, and certainly Pablo Hara in his third year was not going to give that one up. Skelton ahead for Jackson. Now Gomez. He slides it forward. Micheletto. And that's knocked out of play. It will belong to the visitors. Quick throw. Micheletto centers. The glancing header away by Rosales saves the day on that moment. Jamga, who played a year ago with FC Tucson with 5 goals and assist, was the intended target. Rosales will throw it in. Throws it over in the head. That was Enchi with the header. Now Tormenta's going to have to build all the way back and start it back up from their keeper. Rivera was keeping Hara honest. That's won and knocked out of play by Rosales. For both of these teams, they want to start quickly. They want to get some composure. They want to get the build-up. They want to keep it on the ground, and they want to work up the wings. You'll see OCB will build a little bit more through the middle. For Tormenta, they will work the wings. We've seen that already. And they're also being very patient in finding the opportunities to work from behind. Skelton well over the top. Flag is down. Mayer for Jamga. That's knocked away. And that is cleared out by Ozeri, the 22-year-old out of New York. Number of changes on this OCB team in terms of a starting 11 since the last time we got together here at Osceola Heritage Park. Enchi getting the start, Ozeri getting the start, Tanaka, Rosales, Carabelli. Those are the changes from the last time out. Whistled on the infraction there is Wilfredo Rivera. And you see a good look at Marcelo Nevelev, who speaks every day with the first team manager, Oscar Pareja. Big win on Wednesday night, just 2 nights ago at home at Exploria Stadium. First home game back since February for the first team. And a 3-1 win over the expansion team out of Nashville. It was a coming out party of sorts for Daryl DK, the 20-year-old out of the University of Virginia. Had a brace to get the win. expecting big things out of number 18 playing the number 9. Ahead, opportunity and misplayed by Jamka. If he had played it correctly, he would have been able to one-time it. That will go out of play. We'll just wait on the direction. It will belong to OCB, and Nick O'Callahan wants to have a couple of conversations with Frederick Roning. So with everybody now on their feet, Austin Aviza will kick this one away. He'll hand it over to Carabali for Rosales. And then sent forward. Misplayed by Tanaka, the 18-year-old out of Brazil. And Muller will throw it in. Down the line and then cleared out of play. And we'll do it once again from the near side. Quick throw. Foul inside the box. Carabali, the 24-year-old out of Ecuador, was the man on the turf. So Austin Aviza will start us up once again here in the 19th minute. Quickly for Thomas Williams. Oseri has to go back to his keeper, then Williams. Carabali. Rosales. Pressure, gets it up the line. Heavy touch by Tanaka. And it will go the way of the visitors as Tanaka whistled on the infraction against Jamba. Putting it down, Muller. The work back, Phelps, Skelton. And back to Hora. Here's Phelps once again. Good one-touch ball movement by the visitors. That 50-50 is going to be snatched out of the air. And a quick punt to Blante, showing some speed, battling with Phelps to the corner. Can't keep it in play. It will belong to Tormenta here in the 20th minute. Opportunities have really belonged to Tormenta through this one. They've been the aggressors. Ball movement has been crisp. Number of one-touch passes and finding some passing lanes to take advantage of. Quick movement there, Micheletto, and the flag goes up. It will stay with Tormenta as Micheletto was sprinting down the pitch. OCB is going to need to find a way to settle down, string together some passes, and find opportunities to go at Pablo Hora. So far, they haven't been able to do that. Running has put down the Barbasol right in front of the OCB bench. Surveying the options, serving it into the box, and then headed out. And OCB giving it right back up. Micheletto, Jackson trying to back heel and then getting his pocket picked, and the trip. OCB bench wanting a card on that one, and you see the animation coming out of Marcelo Nevelev. Nevelev before coming over to SC to head up the academy. Spent time as an assistant with the New England Revolution. Previous head coaching experience at the professional level was with the Fort Lauderdale Strikers in 2015. Aguilera, Carabali. They'll send it down the pitch, nobody home, but you'll see the foot race. And you see the speed out of Tanaka. Couldn't catch up with it, it is cleared out by Hora. Salas looking to throw it in quickly, looking for Tablante. It will go the other way. And OCB, despite the fact that they were in the final third, unable to take advantage. See these passing lanes that have opened up for Tormenta. They're working well off the ball right now, and that has been the advantage that they've had so far this evening. Gomez almost getting his pocket pick, but Tormenta showing that they can stay on the ball. Ball sent forward. Micheletto into the box, and that was a sitter that Jamga is going to have a nightmare on. Outstanding centering pass by Marco Micheletto. And Jamga is going to have nightmares this evening. We get to see it again. Foz puts it out wide. Micheletto, and the sitter was there. The open net, it just needed to be directed in the right direction, but it goes wide left. And the game stays tied at 0. O'Callahan down the line and letting it go through. And this is one of the reasons why OCB has struggled to string together passes and mount an attack. OCB has found advantages by going over the top, but they have not been able to keep the ball on the ground and work station to station. Here comes Tormenta once again, knocked away. Jackson loses the handle, and here comes Rivera. Rivera with some running room and friends to the left and right. Goes down, Tablante takes the shot. That goes out of play off of Josh Phelps, and a corner is coming up, and Rivera will plead his case for a set-piece opportunity from just outside the 18. That's not going to happen, but a set-piece opportunity is going to come from the far corner here, and Moises Tablante looks like he's going to take it. Rosales will go over there as well. So an opportunity here on the set piece in the 25th minute. Left foot and right foot. Left foot of Tablante, right foot of Rosales. And it looks like it will be Rosales that will take it. Tablante will be the short option. Mayer is there, and now Tablante will come into the 18. Rosales will serve it up high in the air. That's headed out. Chase down. And then served in. Ozeri trying to lift it back. Will it stay in play? It will not. Running out of real estate was Tanaka. And Hara will kick it away. A year ago, you would have expected that OCB would have kept the ball short, not really serving it into the box. That was then. This is now. A much more aggressive OCB on the corners. Hara keeping it short for Skelton. And now Phelps. OCB giving space for Tormenta to move the ball. Now over the top, looking for Micheletto. And that's too heavy, and it will go the other way, and Nick O'Callahan will do the honors. OCB needs to press a little bit more. They need to close up the passing lanes, make Tormenta work just a little bit more as that goes out of play, and O'Callahan will do it again. They got to put a little bit more pressure on Tormenta and then be able to catch them on the counter. Here's Rivera. And that's an example of what I was talking about, trying to get them on the counter, but then running out of options. Right back on it. There's a mistake by Tanaka. Had an opportunity. And the pass, the errant pass, ended the opportunity. Phelps controlling. He'll have to go back to his keeper, Tablante, keeping him honest. Phelps gets it back in his fourth year with Tormenta. Over to Skelton, a little too heavy, and it gets all the way from Jackson to Gomez. Micheletto can't handle, but it was last touched by a man in purple. And O'Callahan will have a conversation with the AR, and that will earn him a card as he continues to argue. 27th minute, O'Callahan will go in the book. And now O'Callahan will have the conversation with Frederick Roning. We take a look at what O'Callahan was concerned about, thinking that it went last touched by Micheletto. Marcelo Nevela feeling the same way, and the reason for the card is partly because of the conversation, but mostly because he was carrying the ball the entire time. You know, Callahan and Micheletto having the conversation, not making dinner plans, and another opportunity here in the middle, and it gets through and is cleared out. Stoppage of play. Jomgo once again with an opportunity to put Tormenta on the board. And Avisa will kick this one away. He's 6'3", 185, the 23-year-old out of Massachusetts. Garibaldi.
The yellow card has been issued to
Rosales.
OCB number
He's
72,
taken down by
Nico
Jomgo.
Callahan in the 27th minute.
And Jomgo, who had 5 goals a year ago in Tucson, has had 2 great opportunities already this evening. Garibaldi was trying to inch forward, and when I say inch forward, by about 10 yards. Williams keeping it in play. Has to go back to his keeper. Mayer, and that's an own goal. Avisa misplays it here in the 29th minute, and the 29th minute, own goal. And it's 1-0 Tormenta, so despite the great play that Tormenta has had on the buildup, it's the mistake off the back line by the Lions. And you see that little chip back, and Avisa trying to play it off his feet, making the mental mistake, and it's 1-0 visitors. Has become accustomed, especially in Central Florida, since play resumed. Hydration break, and this one brought to you by Body Armor. With potassium-packed electrolytes, Body Armor Sports Drink will keep you hydrated until the final whistle. So with both teams getting their instructions and their beverages, it gives me an opportunity to tell you at Orlando Health, safety and protection for our patients, loved ones, and employees is a top priority. That's why we're confident that our facilities, from ERs to hospitals to physicians' offices, are the safest environments for giving and receiving care. Schedule your appointment today at orlandohealth.com. And since that was a hydration break and we're talking about the beverages, giving me an opportunity to tell you that soccer is enjoyed all over the world, just like Heineken enjoyed in 192 countries. So it doesn't matter what team you cheer for, but we want you to cheer for the Lions, because all around the world, soccer fans have one thing in common: the beer they drink. Heineken, the official sponsor of MLS. Enjoy responsibly. So after the hydration and the beverages and the instructions, we're in the 31st minute, and we're going to start it up with Tablante getting the first touch. And OCB is going to have to rattle out the cobwebs that just took place on that own goal. And Daniel Jackson getting away with a little bit of an elbow on Engie. And then a mistake there, and a heavy touch by Luca Mayer. If it was a little bit softer, he would have been one-on-one with Avisa with an opportunity to go up 2-0, but the heavy touch, and Avisa was able to clear it out. Ball goes out of play. And it will be a throw for the visitors right in front of their own bench, sending it back, and then cleared out from the defense. Headed forward and misplayed and out of play. Tablante, who came into this game with 3 assists on the season, looking to control the ball, and now it's going to be Daniel Jackson who's going to throw it in. That's knocked away and back in the direction that OCB wants it to go. Rivera, and that was headed away. Rosales gets it back. Ozeri gets his pocket picked. Here's Mayer chipping forward. Botello Faz dancing out of trouble. Here's Mayer battling with Ozeri, and Ozeri earns it back. Tablante sending it forward for Rivera, and the 16-year-old plays it out. Last touched by Jackson, and so it will be a throw-in for the Lions. Rivera won't take it. coming up will be O'Callahan. Rivera having some space, goes to Tablante, then back to O'Callahan. Stays in play, and Tormenta will pick it up. O'Callahan whistled on the infraction, and he needs to be careful sitting on that yellow card. And Jackson will hold off. Leaving it for Skelton. Get the freedom to go further with Fairwinds. Fairwinds is your partner on the journey to financial freedom to help you save more, eliminate debt, build wealth, and live generously. Visit fairwinds.org to start your journey today and get the freedom to go further. Insured by NCUA. Opportunity here is knocked away. Ozeri getting it from O'Callahan. And coming up, Ozeri to try to gain control of it, knocked in the direction of Avisa. And that will go out of play, and Avisa will kick this one away in the 34th minute. It's 1-0. And the own goal will be attributed to Thomas Williams, the 16-year-old out of Titusville, Titusville, Florida. And that goes out of play. Quick throw, I'm not even sure what you call that. Slipping out of the hands of Devin Jomka. You won't see that very often, folks. Ball is a little slick, and you see Rosales trying to dry it off with his hands just a little bit. And you can credit that as a turnover. Throwing it in. Engie was the intended target. Heavy touch by Ozeri, and Williams will have to send it in the direction of Tablante. Rivera dancing out of trouble, sending it forward. Here is the assist leader, and the flag goes up before Tablante can do anything with it. We're getting a little bit of, well, you can say a controversy, not too much of a controversy, but we're not sure exactly who will officially get credited for the own goal, if it will be Thomas Williams on the pass back to Austin Avisa, or if it will be Austin Avisa on the misplay. So if we get that official word during this game, we will get that to you, but regardless, it's 1-0 Tormenta. Hara, right foot, strong down the pitch. Jomga from Mayer. Mayer sending it forward, and then it's picked up. And OCB trying to string together some passes, but they're not able to get out of their own half. Here's O'Callahan just on the other side of the strip. Gets it forward, and Jackson will knock it out of play before he can get to Moises Tablante. And O'Callahan will come back up, throw backwards. Williams, Karabalik. And he'll go over the top. Tablante on the wing, off the chest. And that will stop play in the 37th minute. OCB in this game, they need to string together some passes. They need to control the ball, and the control needs to be on Tormenta's side of the pitch. For Tormenta, they've been stringing together the passes. They've been creating their opportunities. They just haven't been finishing. And we talked about that a little bit earlier, as Jomga has had the opportunities inside the box and really inside the six. He just hasn't been able to contribute to the goal total. This will go back to Hara. He clears it out before any kind of opportunity for the Lions. 50-50 there. Rosales headed it away, then gets it back. He'll send it forward. On the ball right now, Obinwa, and he sends it forward. Here's Jomga on the wing. And another opportunity inside the box is knocked away. And that's the ball movement that I was talking about earlier. And it's been solid ball movement for Tormenta throughout the evening. OCB playing on their heels, trying to find a way to get forward. It's been difficult for them to do that. One, because of errant passes, and two, because Tormenta has played forward. They have been the aggressors in this one, and you see this over the top. That's been the only way that OCB has really been able to bring the ball forward. Ng, the 17-year-old out of Baltimore, earns OCB another corner. Tablante going over to take this one. And we'll keep an eye out for Rosales as well as another option. He took the last one. Tablante will walk off, so it will be Jonathan Rosales, the Kissimmee native. In-swinger opportunity. Tablante will pick it up short. Rosales was too heavy on it, and then this one will get served back in. 50-50 knocked away by Muller. And here is Tanaka sent out of play. And here is going to be OCB. Quick throw, but a little too quick. We'll wait to do it again. Rosales now. Goes to Tanaka. Tanaka feeling the pressure and giving it up. Here's Gomez sending it forward. Right on point. Jamga. Karabali on him, going back. Mayer. Muller. Benoit, and the turnover, and a rare turnover by Tormenta. Here's Rivera ahead for Ng, and that was too heavy. Pass intended for Moises Tablante, but too much pace on it, and despite the speed that the 19-year-old out of Venezuela has, that opportunity is over for the boys in purple. 40th minute of action, 1-0, an own goal at the 29th. It's the only scoring of the evening. Last couple of minutes, OCB has been playing forward a little bit more, putting a little bit more pressure on, and you see that pressure by Aguilera. Long distance pass, doesn't make the mark, and here's Nick O'Callahan over the top. Skelton is there to clear it out. Throw in coming up, deep in Tormenta's zone. Tablante with the quick throw. O'Callahan on the line, Micheletti. O'Callahan will go back. Aguilera. Rosales, he'll cut inside, then cut back out. A give and go with Tanaka, not enough pace on it. Rivera trying to turn on it. He put it out of play, but you see the creativity out of Wilfredo Rivera, the 16-year-old out of San Juan. Triple team, still able to get a shot off with that left foot. He just goes wide left. We get to take another look. Ball goes inside. Rivera gathering it up. Those three players around him. He finds some space, but he just didn't have the angle to curl it in. And we stay 1-0 Tormenta. Hera high in the air, sent in the direction that he came from. Here's Ng controlling it. Tablante now on the wing. Jackson on him. Tablante nutmegs, trying to get it to Ng, and it's coming the other way. And once again, OCB, because they're pressuring, because they're playing a higher line, able to earn the ball back. They'll have to go all the way back to Avisa to gather it back up. Williams doesn't like what he sees. He goes back to his keeper here in the 42nd minute. Williams going forward. Nobody home for Orlando City. Hara will be highlighted during our halftime festivities. We'll get it out to Skelton. Forward to Gomez and back. Then into the middle for Phelps. Muller. Aguilera feeling pressure from Luca Mayer. Played his college ball at USC. He had 15 goals and 15 assists in college. Micheletto, team of the week in USL League One in week 2. Jackson goes back. Ball work its way all the way back to Hara. Whether traveling for business or pleasure, Orlando International is your Florida airport of choice. Over 35 airlines provide nonstop service to over 150 worldwide destinations. For more information, visit orlandoairports.net. Phelps, long distance, nobody in a white kit, and it's controlled by Tanaka, cutting back nicely. Garibaldi for Williams. And now Williams will survey his options. Out for O'Callahan. Ozeri. And he'll go back to Avisa. Sent forward off the right foot of Avisa, 50-50 by Phelps. Sent in the direction he wants to go, but picked up by OCB, the boys in purple. Looking for an equalizer before we go to the dressing room. Garibaldi, now Williams. Williams carrying it forward past the stripe. Long distance pass, misses the mark, knocked away by Obinwa. And here's Gomez. He'll send it forward over the top. Micheletto. He'll have to retreat into the middle for Mayer. Now forward. Jamga keeping it in play. Mueller, and great centering pass, but it just doesn't work out for Micheletto. Long distance shot by Mayer goes knocked away. And we're going the other way. The replay, and you see Micheletto chasing in on it, and it just got away from him. Skelton, and we're in the 45th minute. Sent forward and too heavy. O'Callahan will control it. We've got 2 minutes of added time for your viewing pleasure. And Body Armor, we thank you very much for giving us these 2 minutes. We'll see exactly what the Lions decide to do with it. They go over the top. It's knocked away by Phelps. Obinwa has to go all the way back to his keeper. Rivera will keep him honest. Now Skelton. Here's Jackson. Got it from Gomez. Micheletto having to pull up the brakes, feeling a lot of pressure, tied up with Moises Tablante.
The fourth
and
official has indicated that there will be a minimum of 2 minutes of
into the box. Botello Faz can't control it, cleared out. And Gomez will let it go out of play. 1 minute of added time done. We'll see if Gomez decides that he'll actually take this throw. He does. And Jackson misplays it right in front of the Orlando City bench. Quick throw by O'Callahan. And Tablante trying to turn on Jackson. Jackson picks his pocket. Obinwa flicking it forward. Mayer. And that will go out of play. It will stay with Tormenta. Micheletto for Jackson. Now Gomez. That gets past Luca. Rosales, and Mayer is trying to play on him, and that's going to draw the whistle. Second touch is what it took. Rosales will go back to his keeper. Avisa. Aguilera. Now Williams. Last push opportunity won't happen as we get the whistle. 45+2, and it was an own goal in the 29th minute. That's all the scoring we have for you in the first half. If you're wondering, after that 7-minute start that we had with both teams paying tribute to Jacob Blake. We are not going to play additional time. So we go to the break. Tormenta up 1-0 here on ESPN+.
Put your flags up in the sky.
The Ford Summer Sales Event is here with great offers on a huge selection. Shop across the Ford lineup, America's best-selling brand. Now's the best time to buy. It's summer, so grab the family and head out. It's easier now during the Ford Summer Sales Event. Now get 0% financing for 72 months or up to $10,185 in total savings on a 2020 F-150.
Ever wonder where the capital A in Chick-fil-A came from? It started with grade A, top quality chicken. But we believed everything, not just the food, should be grade A. A is for all the little things we do to bring you our best every day.
To me, the A in Chick-fil-A is for above and beyond. I know that I need encouragement right now, and I know that our guests need encouragement. It's about making sure that they know that we care about them and that we're going above and beyond for them in all the details.
Earn your nursing or healthcare degree fully online in a way that works for you. At Rasmussen College, our instructors, advisors, and student support services are all online to help prepare you for success. We'll review your transfer credit on average in just one business day, and with 8 start dates a year, you don't have to wait. Rasmussen College, leaders in online education, ready when you are. Start your future at rasmussen.edu.
Welcome back. It's halftime. League One action, Osceola County Stadium between OCB and Tormenta. And this halftime report is brought to you by your local Ford dealers, proud partners of Orlando City Soccer Club, where you'll find the completely redesigned 2020 Ford Explorer, the greatest exploration vehicle of all time, and the new 2020 Ford Escape, built for style, comfort, and most of all, fun to drive. Test drive a Ford SUV today. Usually, at halftime, we will take you and show you amazing goals. And we're going to do that. But first, we're going to show you what the keepers do. And we will start in Greenville. Dallas J preserving a 1-0 win with this amazing stop against Fort Lauderdale. And then we're going to go over to Chattanooga. Pablo Hera, he's in this game tonight. He will not be outdone. Laser save from Steve Beatty, who made his season debut. We move over to New England. Late charge from Richmond, thwarted on a kick save by Keegan Meyer, who also made his 2020 debut. And then in Fort Lauderdale, North Texas keeper Carlos Avilés also kicks away a chance from the home side. And how about that for saves in League One action? Now that we've shown the saves, let's give you the goals. We will start the party in Greenville. 67th minute, corner gets headed on, and it will go off the post, and Greenville gets the 1-0 win over Fort Lauderdale. Now, Chattanooga, 82nd minute. Tormenta's Luca Mayer blasts this one from 22 out, and the visitors get the win 2-1. Also, another big goal in another 82nd minute, this one in New England. Ian Antley serves it up, sliding. Riley Kraft to give Richmond the 2-1 win. Irony there, hey? A goal scored against a team owned by a craft, We're in Arlington, 84th minute. The head goes back, pinballing around. That will find the back of the net. Ethan Vanacore Decker, and Omaha gets the 2-2 draw. Crazy action in Week 6. From action on the pitch to events off the pitch, USL League One announced the postponement on Sunday of matches between North Texas and Madison. Scheduled to take place in Wisconsin, Forward Madison put out a statement on Thursday. It reads in part, in light of the painful events occurring in our home state and around the nation, this decision was made in collaboration with our players and black supporters group, the Featherstone Flamingos, in putting a spotlight entirely on the fight against racial injustice and systematic oppression. Last Sunday, we watched the appalling video of a black man in Wisconsin, Jacob Blake, shot 7 times in the back by a police officer. We have said that Black Lives Matter. Our players have protested during games. When there is still no change, we must do more. That's why we are postponing Sunday's game, to shift attention away from sports and towards the fight against systematic discrimination towards black Americans. We demand that our state and national leaders take action to address these inequalities, and we encourage our fans to responsibly and peacefully pressure their elected officials for change. North Texas also put out a statement. North Texas SC respects and supports Forward Madison's decision to postpone Sunday's match. We join them in pausing to reflect on the events and racial injustice affecting our communities across the country.
The United Soccer League and its 47th championship in League One clubs stand united in support of diversity, inclusivity, equality, and compassion. Together, we can make a difference. Together, we can create change. Together, we are united against racism.
Looks the goal, shoots it! Unbelievable! Lante will run under this on the volley, pushed aside by Brady.
Morel. And it back over, floats down, Pilato! Oh, what a strike! Cutting inside, Gudiri. Lays it off, Sosa top of the box, fires, and a diving stop by Jay.
With the speed down the right wing, the 16-year-old crosses. Nobody home, Waldeck sends it back in. Dealt with again. Cerrillo from distance, in the back of the net. Up the wing. Hernandez first action. Has Hernandez charging into the box with Beatty. Beatty, the shot, saved by Hara. Oh, what a debut that would have been.
Welcome back, News and Notes. Playing for second, well, let's see. John Harks, you got your team playing pretty well right now. 6 points clear. And who will have that second and final spot in the playoffs? USL on Sirius XM Radio. You got to dig that. Channel 157, providing live USL match coverage, including League One final on August 31st. And the player of the week, Liotti, secured a brace as Tucson broke out a 4-goal performance at OCB. And you take a look at Mr. Liotti. Hara, he's playing in this game right now. And he's playing pretty well so far. Hasn't had a lot to do. And Liotti had an absolutely outstanding game. And we take a look at League One standings. And I was talking about it a moment ago, 16 points. Greenville, Tormenta in second, Richmond in third. Okay. Okay, we get the updated. They're changing at the moment, folks. We're going to get them for you right now. Greenville, 16 points. Richmond's got 10. Omaha with 9. Forward Madison with 8. As well as Tormenta. Fort Lauderdale with 7. So, folks, in this 2020 season, there are only 2 teams making the playoffs. And that match is going to be the final. That's going to be the championship. Told you it's going to be on Sirius XM 157 on October 31st. And right now, it would be Greenville and Richmond. But I got news for you. Union, Omaha, that expansion team, Forward Madison, this Tormenta club, Fort Lauderdale, they all want to have something to say about who makes that championship. We take a look at the scores from around the league on Wednesday night. The Revs 2 over Greenville. And you got 2-2. North Texas and Omaha. Forward Madison with that 3-1 win over OCB. Greenville on Saturday, 1-0 over Fort Lauderdale, and Tormenta on the road got that win. Coming up, League One. Tomorrow, 1 o'clock, Chattanooga, New England. 6:30, Richmond, Greenville. 8 o'clock, Omaha, Tucson. Forward Madison. That game has been postponed. We talked about that at the beginning of the broadcast. And OCB next Thursday night, 7 p.m., as North Texas will be in Kissimmee. Time for us to take a break. We'll have highlights and stats when we come back. Don't go away. 1-0 the visitors on ESPN+.
No one out-cheeses, out-meats, out-supremes, out-crusts, or out-stuffs the Hut. Because when it comes to making your favorites, no one out-pizzas the Hut.
Hi, let me go get your mail.
Never looked this good when we lived here. Where did they get this stuff?
I got it at City.
Right now at City Furniture, we'll give you 60 months special financing with no down payment and free shipping. Why? So everyone can live like this.
Great travel begins with a great start. Offering more destinations, services, and travel comforts, Orlando International Airport understands what's important to you. Like more parking options, more dining and shopping choices, more domestic and international flights, more access and conveniences. Remember, it's not just about where you go, it's how you go. Get more. Travel through MCO.
That's life. And as funny as it may seem, some people get their kicks stomping on your dreams. Wait, and if I didn't think it was worth one try, I'd jump right on a big bird and then I'd fly.
Welcome back to Kissimmee, 1-0 after 45 plus 2. We go straight to the highlights. There's only one goal on this one, and it's actually an own goal as Thomas Williams plays it back to Avisa, takes his eye off the ball. That finds the back of the net. It's 1-0. That's the way we went to the break. On the other side, late in the first half, the 16-year-old out of San Juan, Puerto Rico, Wilfredo Rivera, got a shot off, and it was pretty impressive. This ball picked up by Rivera. 3, maybe 4 kits around him in white. He's able to get the shot off. It sails wide left. we take a look at the stats. One card, and that went to Nick O'Callahan. This brought to you by Fairwinds. 2 offsides. The possession was in favor of Tormenta. There was 1 shot on target, that by Tormenta, but the only stat that ever really matters is the one that belongs at the top line, and that is goals scored. It is 1-0 Tormenta. We are about ready to get underway. We switch sides. Dig, if you will, a picture of the boys in purple. They will go from right to left on your screen, and in all white, the visitors out of South Georgia, they will go from left to right. Okay, O'Callahan sending it up the line. Tablante battling with 2. Last touched by Tablante. And so a throw-in will come in on this near side. Micheletto, who was busy early in the first half with a lot of activity up that right side. And now Jackson, the man with all the experience in USL and USL League One, will throw it in not once but twice. Jackson, who played a year ago in Richmond, also played with North Carolina FC, Charlotte Independence, Oklahoma City Energy, and St. Louis FC. So here's Williams feeling pressure. And you see that high pressuring line from Tormenta. We saw it in the first half. We're actually seeing a much higher line to start the second half, giving OCB an opportunity to counter. But when you see the speed and experience that Tormenta has, you're seeing why it is so very, very difficult for OCB to break out of the back. The throw-in will now come from the other side. Muller, and the play will go all the way back to Pablo Jara. And Jara will take his time out of his office. Right foot well down the pitch. 50-50 over everybody's head. And the flag will go up. Jamga right there, number 16, very active in the first half, has a number of scoring opportunities inside the 6, just wasn't able to convert. As we talked about right as we came back for the second half, it was an own goal in the 29th minute. And that's all the scoring on the evening. And here's Micheletto. He'll pick it up, has some space, plays it to his right foot, knocked away, and a corner coming up on the bottom of the TV dial. Micheletto will pick it up. Don't believe that he'll be the one that will take this one. It won't. It'll be Stefan Muller. Team of the Week member in Week 3. Played his college ball at Temple. Played previously with Long Island Rough Riders and Pittsburgh River Hounds under 23. High in the air in swinger. Played into the middle, turning around on it. Looked like there was a handball in the box. Play on, says Frederick Roning. Tablante plays it off the head, picked up by Muller. Benoit for Phelps. And there's a takedown and expecting a card. And the card will go to Phelps here in the 49th minute. There was a little bit more WWE than it was USL League One. So set piece opportunity for the Lions here, trailing by a goal. We get to take another look at what happened here. Phelps, and then coming in on it. And then knocked down to the ground.
To Tormenta FC, number 5, Josh Phelps, in the 49th minute.
Tablante, left foot into the box, and absolutely nobody home. Closest person to it was Franklin Carabali, the 24-year-old out of Ecuador, as Jara puts it into play. Headed back in the direction the Lions wanted to go. Ball spending a lot of time in the air. Finally settled down, and it is Tormenta who will play it off their feet. Micheletto looking to cut it inside. Slows it down. Jackson. And the high line of OCB making Tormenta retreat just momentarily. Botello Faz can't keep it at his feet. And an easy save for Avisa. At Orlando Health, safety and protection of our patients, loved ones, and employees is a top priority. That's why we're confident that our facilities, from ERs to hospitals to physicians' offices, are the safest environments for giving and receiving care. Schedule your appointment today at orlandohealth.com. Here comes Tormenta. They'll work the top into the middle, and that was leading Botello Faz too much. OCB will have to work from behind. Thomas Williams, 16 years old, out of Titusville, not too far from Kissimmee. 45 minutes to the east. Benoit. There's Muller sending it forward. Mayer into the middle. Gomez, but broken up by O'Callahan, who is working all kinds of overtime from the ends out into the middle. O'Callahan for Tablante, broken up by Jackson. And Tablante will earn it back. Tablante with some running room, punches it forward. He was looking for Ng, couldn't get it there. Good defense by Phelps. Tablante tripped up, it will belong to OCB. 52nd minute. And here's the corner. We'll slow it down, look for a handball. It was looking like it was close, off the chest, not off the hand. Reason for Frederick Roning waving it off. 52nd minute, we stay 1-0, that own goal in the 29th minute, all the scoring we've had so far. Both teams playing high lines in the second half. Aguilera, and here's Robles for Tanaka. He centers, headed away by Skelton, controlled by O'Callahan. Last touched by Micheletto. Corner coming up for the Lions. Tablante has been taking these. Talked about it in the first half. This was 2019. We'd be looking for OCB to go short. They've gone short. They've gone into the box so far this evening. Rosales will take this one from here in Kissimmee, Florida. Tablante will make his way to the 18. Lifts it high in the air. Knocked away. Ozeri is able to gather it up. Botello Faz on him. Working towards the corner. The back heel doesn't get to Tanaka. Touch last by Tanaka. Blast from the outside. It's knocked away. And all the way back to Avisa. For the forward, Rivera. Trying to switch sides, but knocked away. Muller into the Orlando City bench, and you see that Marcelo Nevilev, the manager for the Lions, wants the ball to move quicker. Heavy touch. And the Lions are still on it. Azeri for Tablante now in the middle. Rosales goes down, play continues. Quick one touches by the visitors. And it's Jackson who picks it up, sending it forward. Micheletto can't control. Aguilera going forward. Here's Tanaka working on Muller. Into the box, overruns the ball. It will belong to Tormenta. Good breakaway on the counter by the Lions. They just aren't able to get the shot off, and the captain, Hara, will kick it away. We've got two subs coming in. So Jamga is going to check out, and coming in for him, Arslan. And the second substitution will be Ricardo Gomez coming out, and Neil Vinyals coming in for him in the substitutions brought to you by Exploria. So Vinyals and Arslan both in the 55th minute. 5 substitutions allowed on both sides. Those are the first 2 on the evening. And Hara will kick this one away. Strong right foot, well down the pitch. Williams put his head on it, and he gets whistled for going and climbing the ladder on Botello Faz.
Neil Vinyals.
Vinyals, who had a brace against OCB in South Georgia, will go the rest of the way. And Rivera is taken down, and the whistle on the infraction goes against Vinyals. And we'll start back up off the left foot of Ozeri. Williams back to his keeper. Surveying his options, he'll give it back to Williams. There is the man with 2 goals. And why does he have goals? Because he plays aggressively. You saw him trying to knock it in the right direction for the White Kits. You see him playing some defense on Ozeri. Ozeri is able to get it off. Here's Tablante. Tablante cutting inside. He's got Engie to the left, working his way into the box, takes the shot. And Skelton had broken it up. Skelton was not going to give him the angle. Not quite sure if Tablante knew that Engie was trailing to his left. Moises Tablante, second year with OCB. He came into this game with 3 assists. That's tied for League One. Working, trying to get past Jackson. He got past Jackson. Did not have the angle because Skelton was there. And not anywhere close to frame. Tablante putting his head on it. You see Engie battling. Throw-in coming up. Skelton getting more involved in the defense. Jackson, a very experienced championship and League One player, throws it in. That will go out of play. 58th minute. OCB looking stronger in the second half. Playing a higher line, pressing more, being more aggressive. We've seen basically a consistent level of play from Tormenta as they've played the high line. Their passing has been crisp. They've gone station to station where the passing has really been over the top for OCB. You see that Williams credited for that own goal in the 29th minute. Jackson down the line for Micheletto, marked by O'Callahan. Micheletto will turn it inside, stay with it, left foot it down the pitch. Flag is up. Coming on it was Arslan. And Arslan was trying very hard to stay on side, unable to do so. And the scoring opportunity is over. Arslan in his 5th season with Tormenta, and he's scored every season that he has been with the club. Played collegiately with the Mountaineers of West Virginia. And that's sent over the top. Engie can't gather it up. Tablante off the chest, then off the shoulder, ridden off the ball by Vinyals. And coming the other way, Botello Faz, he's one-on-one with the keeper, trying to cut in, and a great job on defense by Williams. Botello Faz stayed on the ball too long. Should have taken that shot when he got the ball to the right foot, tried to cut it inside, and gave Thomas Williams just enough time to catch up with it and break it up. Here's OCB on the other side, and Phelps breaks it up. Muller sent it forward. Carol Bawley and Rosales gave it up and sent the other way, and all the way back to Austin Aviza. Aviza ahead for Williams. We're in the 60th minute. O'Callahan down the line. OCB wanted it to go in their direction. And we take a look at this scoring opportunity, and Pato couldn't get the shot off as Williams played it back. Muller back to his keeper. Rivera will keep him honest down by the goal line. And O'Hara has to play it out. Quick throw. Rivera cutting it in, trying to find some space and take the shot. Off the body. Not only off the handball, not only off the body, but off the hand. PK coming up for the Lions. We get to take another look at exactly what happens. Great individual effort by the 16-year-old, and Phelps putting a hand on it. And you see O'Callahan, the 23-year-old, congratulating the youngster out of San Juan. And it looks like it is going to be Raul Aguilera, the 21-year-old out of Stanford, Florida, who will take this one, and a yellow card for Phelps. And what's going to be interesting about that, folks, is that is 2 on Phelps on the evening. So the 2 yellows equals a red, and the Tide now with an opportunity to turn for the Lions, as not only will they have Aguilera on the spot, but they will play down a man for the next 29 plus minutes. Phelps will plead his case, but Frederick Roning will not hear anything of it. So Phelps will have his evening end, and he has been active defensively in his 4th year for the team that calls Irk Russell Stadium at the university, the Georgia Southern University, that is. So Phelps will take off the shin guards. And when we get into the 63rd minute, Raul Aguilera will look to tie the game at 1 apiece. So far on the season, Orlando City has taken 1 PK. They've converted 1 key. 36 feet, 12 yards. Right foot. Got a hand on it. Hara touched it. Kissed off of the woodwork. Bullseye. 1-1 in the 63rd. And that is exactly what the Lions needed to get back into this game, and you see it. Taking his time, stutter step. O'Hara put a hand on it.
Number 5, Josh
Take another
Phelps
look,
in the
slowing it down. Got the fingertips on it, and that hit the crossbar and then
Orlando
found its
City,
way to the back of the net.
Scored by number 45, Raul Aguilera, in the 63rd.
So now things get interesting, folks. It's 1-1. We're in the 64th minute, and from here on out, the Lions are going to play up a man. So the question becomes, how aggressive is Orlando City going to get to try to get the go-ahead goal? How difficult is it going to be for the visitors to play down a man? They've been the aggressors. They played the high line. They've taken advantage of mistakes. Now going over the top. Engie chasing, and O'Hara picks it up. Sending it forward, Vignals. Jackson into Blante. Knocking it out of play. It will belong to the visitors. Micheletto will hand it off to Jackson. It's going to be an interesting sprint to the finish here. This is not what the Lions wanted. They do not want up a man to give this much space and this much depth. Avisa will snatch it out of the air. They don't want to give the opportunities to Tormenta. But Tormenta showing that they're not going to back down from the high line. They're going to press and make it difficult for OCB to get out of their own end. Ozeri, he'll go over the top. Going outside, he was looking for Tanaka. That's going to be headed out of play by Muller. Aguilera sent forward, Tanaka. He takes the shot from distance, it's wide right. Early in this game, not a lot of shots for Orlando City. Hard to create chances because Tormenta was cutting down the passing lanes. Now, up a man, the aggressive behavior of the Lions, looking to find 3 points out of this one this evening. Hara sending it forward, 50-50. And the Lions will wait on it. O'Callahan, strong, down the pitch. Rivera wasn't fast enough on that one. Now going the other end, and we're playing end-to-end. It's more like a tennis match than it is a football match. Lions coming into this one, only one win on the season. That in New England at Gillette Stadium, it was a 2-0 win over the Revs, too. They dropped their last two. 3-1 to Forward Madison on the road, and here at home 4-1 against Tucson. They have only scored 2 goals once this season, and that was the win on the road in New England. 67th minute, ahead, Engie, Ozeri, Tablante, working on Jackson. Tablante serving it in, high over everybody's head. Rosales, Rivera, Aguilera into the box, lifting it. Engie trying to put his head on it, it's knocked away. O'Callahan now in the middle for Tablante. Tablante turned around on it, lost his footing. Jackson was able to clear it. Here's Micheletto. Micheletto with a full head of steam, and Williams was able to stop it. And then Tablante taking it away from Viñals. Ozeri. Aguilera playing catch. Carabali will get into it. Rosales. Aguilera. And he'll switch sides on it. Tablante off the chest. Working on Jackson. Micheletto came over to say hello. Engie trying to get a shot off. He does. That was knocked away off the body of a white kit. A lot closer to the goal than I think Hara thought it was going to be. Corner coming up. So Botello Faz is going to come out for the visitors, and coming in is O'Sullivan. And all of these are brought to you by Exploria. There are going to be 3 substitutions for Orlando City, and we're going to get these squared away for you as we go to a hydration break. So the first one is going to be, so Rosales is coming out, and coming in for him is going to be Mikey Halliday. So Halliday for Rosales, this in the 69th minute. The second substitution for Orlando City. And we're waiting on that. We'll wait on it. Tablante lifting it short, headed out. Rivera had an opportunity to turn it the other way, but a heavy touch.
Substitution for OCB in the 68th minute. Leaving the game is number 64, Jonathan Rosales. He is replaced by number 26, Michael Holiday. Also leaving the game for OCB in the 68th minute is number 68, Thomas Williams. He is replaced by number 63, Mateo Rodas. Also leaving the game for Orlando City.
Okay, so coming into the game for
number
Engie.
56, Teddy Engie, and he is replaced by number 54,
that is Lamb coming in for him. And the last substitution to tell you about, Mateo Rodas coming in for Williams. So Rodas, who typically plays with the armband, the captain's
Substitution
armband.
for Tormenta FC in the 68th minute. Leaving the game
Is
is
now
number
coming
19.
in for Williams, who was
Pato
credited for that own
Botello
goal. So
Faz.
3
He's
substitutions
replaced by number 18,
for each
Michael
team.
Sullivan.
O'Callahan down the line, looking for Tablante, broken up by Jackson. Now Jackson in the final third. Micheletto lifting it in the air. That will go through the 18. That will go out of play. It will belong to Mikey Halliday. It will actually be Franklin Carabali who will throw it in. And we've got 20 minutes of action left. We're tied at 1 apiece. It was a own goal to start the scoring. Thomas Williams, who just departed the game in the 29th minute, and then a PK by Raul Aguilera in the 63rd tied it up. Tablante with a full head of steam, back heel to himself, picks it back up, slides it out for Lamb. Lamb will go into the middle. Rivera takes a rip, brought out his 7-iron, and he really needed the 3-wood, so that will go over the net. And Rivera will lift up the socks. Next Friday night, September 4th, South Georgia Tormenta will be partnering with the Salvation Army. A portion of each ticket sold to the match versus Greenville will be donated to the people in need in Statesboro. Head to tormentafc.com to get your tickets. Game time is 8 p.m. Love what teams are doing in League One and in Championship in supporting their community. Here comes Tormenta coming the other way. Sliding it forward, Micheletto strong off the right foot. If he had one-touched it, might have had a scoring opportunity, but he tried to control it and instead gave it up. Jackson will be able to throw it in, but a great opportunity down a man for Tormenta. Here's Vinyals, and it's Rodas who's trying to usher it out, and he is effective in doing so. Talked about the PK in the 63rd minute by Aguilera. That was set up by a handball in the box by Josh Phelps in the 61st minute. And what was interesting about that is in the 49th minute, Phelps had earned himself his first card of the evening. So the card at 49 and the card at 61 result in his exit from the game. And so from the 61-minute mark on, the Lions are playing up a man. And now Nick O'Callahan is on the turf. 23 years old out of Winter Springs, spent some time with the first team. And he's going to need some medical attention here. As he stretches out, we'll see exactly what is going to happen for Nick O'Callahan. And while O'Callahan is being attended to by the medical staff of OCB, this gives us an opportunity to have a hydration break. And this hydration break is brought to you by Body Armor with potassium-packed electrolytes. Body Armor sports drink will keep you hydrated until the final whistle. So that gives both teams an opportunity to get a beverage on the sideline, have some conversations with the managers, and we see they are working on the knee of O'Callahan, the right knee of O'Callahan. So we're going to see Nick O'Callahan exiting the game. We'll touch base on that substitution in a moment, but let's recap the scoring. Ball is played back by Thomas Williams to Aviza, and Austin Aviza takes his eye off the ball. That's in the 29th minute, and it's 1-0 Tormenta. We went to the break with that score. We come back on the other side. Here's the handball. Rivera taking the shot inside the 6. Phelps put a hand on it in the 61st minute. That was his second yellow. He's sent off. Aguilera, Hara gets a hand on it, but it's not enough. Kisses off the woodwork, and it's 1-1 in the 63rd minute. Bullseye. Well, not quite a bullseye, Raul, but hey, it was effective nonetheless. Substitution coming up for the Lions. We'll get this sorted out here in a moment. It is a defensive substitution because of the injury to Nick O'Callahan, who has been very active on the evening. We're actually going to have a second substitution. We'll get that all squared away as soon as we have it for you here in the 75th minute. So O'Callahan is the fourth substitution, and you see him limping just a little bit. Coming in for him is going to be Rosario. So Ozeri comes in.
Substitutions for OCB in the 76th minute. Leaving the game is number 57, Adam Ozeri.
So Austin Amir, another holdover from a year ago, is coming in for O'Callahan. And number 65, Daniel Rosario, who had been getting starts earlier in the season for Marcelo Nevelev, is also checking in the 76th minute. So Amir is in, Rosario is in. That's 5 substitutions for Marcelo Nevelev. And the visitors still have 2 more at their disposal. Remember, in 2020, we have 5 substitutions per side. In League One, we carry an 18-man bench. That's against the 20-man bench in MLS. Muller sending it forward, easily handled and headed out. And a whistle will stop play and will come the other way here in the 77th minute. Vinyals ahead for Jackson, and Jackson sleeping on that one a little bit, so a quick throw coming up. Rosario, who has settled into that left fullback position. And now Micheletto inside. Heavy touch, and Skelton will have to come and pick it up. Does a good job of sending it forward. But broken up by Garibaldi. And here's Amir sending it forward, looking for Rivera, and Rivera can't catch up with that one. And then the throw in coming up, Muller. And ahead for Skelton. Now Jackson. And you see that back line of Tormenta is a little exposed right now, down a man. Lamb makes Hara work, diving to his right for the save. He'll send everybody forward, highlight it out. And here comes Tormenta the other way. Ahead for Mayer, stolen away and then pulled back. A little delay on the whistle, but the ball will belong to Orlando City. Nope, check that. Tormenta with the start, and Orlando City can't believe it didn't go their way. That's going to be too heavy. Soccer is enjoyed all over the world, just like Heineken enjoyed in 192 countries. So it doesn't matter what team you cheer for, but we want you to cheer for the Lions, because all around the world, soccer fans have one thing in common: the beer they drink. Heineken, official sponsor of MLS. Enjoy responsibly. Ball will go out of play, and Hara will kick it away. As we're getting close to 10 minutes remaining in this game. Here's Skelton. Strong right foot down the pitch, and too strong for Micheletto. In his 3rd year with Tormenta, played his college ball with the college powerhouse Akron Zips. Tanaka for Aguilera. And Amir. Austin sending it forward. 2 Austins now on the pitch for the Lions. Vinyals gets his pocket pick. Aguilera. And here's Rodas. Rodas, long distance pass, a little too heavy. And Tanaka unable to control it, keeping Hara honest. 50-50. That's not even a 50-50, folks. That was 100% Lions right there. Jackson Vignals feeling pressure, having to go back. Lifted now, Micheletto. Mayer trying to give it back to Micheletto and cleared out of play by Rosario. Mayer sending it back. Here's Jackson. And Lamb needed to be on his horse just a little bit more. Flag is up and an opportunity over as Arslan was trying to come in. Best opportunity since the Mayer taking the shot. Best opportunity 2 in a row now by Tormenta since Phelps checked out of the game. Tanaka sending it backwards. Amir. Carabali. Rodas. And you see that back line has been rebuilt with the substitutions taking out Rosales, Williams, and O'Callahan. Tablante keeping it in play. Feeds Rivera, and Rivera with the center is knocked away by Skelton. And a corner coming up for the Lions. And with Rosales out, who had taken the majority of the set pieces this evening, it's Austin Amir. Once again, another holdover from a year ago when the team played at Mount Verde Academy. Now playing here in Kissimmee at Osceola Heritage Park. Amir in-swinger coming up. And it's just a matter of if it's in the 81st or the 82nd, right at the beginning of the 82nd. Lions in the box. Not taking advantage of the loose ball inside the box, and Tormenta's able to clear it out. That will go down the pitch. And Halliday. And here's Rivera, who's pushed back. Tablante. A little give and go. Tablante now working on Jackson. Centers. That's going to be knocked away. Great opportunity by Lamb, and you understand why Moises Tablante is one of the lead leaders in assists. The speed to bring it in, to feed it inside, the Lions just can't take advantage. Another substitution coming up, and it's going to be a double substitution here. Jackson is coming out, and coming in for him is going to be Williams. Reese Williams for Jackson, and that is in the 83rd minute. And also coming in, Mikey Rowe. So Rowe is in, and he comes in ahead of this corner. And this will go in the direction of Tormenta. They throw it in. We're now in the 83rd minute. Both teams with an opportunity to pick up 3 points tonight. But everybody on the pitch, this is the way we're going to finish things because 5 substitutions on each side. A reminder that Tormenta is playing down a man. They've been doing so since Josh Phelps left with a second yellow. It was a handball inside the 6. Ball is sent down the line. Good ball by Obinwa. And a throw coming up.
He is replaced by number 9, Mikey Rowe.
And Williams surveying his options. Tormenta will throw the numbers forward and do everything they can to gain the advantage in this game, despite the fact that they're down a man. They have not really fallen back and just not necessarily parked the bus, but they have not given OCB an inch, despite the fact that they are down a man. And here's Amir. And he'll lay off. That's sent forward perfectly to Rivera, who cuts back. Rivera tripped, and that will be a set piece opportunity from about 25, 26 out, and a yellow card is going to be issued as well. So the yellow card in the 85th minute is going to Obinwa. And Obinwa, who played for the Pittsburgh Riverhounds via Columbus Crew is in the book. And you get a look at him right now, and that will give a scoring opportunity for the Lions from a very good position.
FC number 12,
So right about 24 yards out. It will be Austin Amir, 4-man wall and a single purple kit, and that is Rodas. A little bit of space there. You see Carabali can run on. And from the outside, it very well could be Mikey Halliday. Amir, right foot, goes right at it, right through the wall, but waiting on it, Pablo Jara. And he will punt it well down the pitch and knocked out of play. So it will be a throw for Williams. He goes back to Skelton. And Skelton will look to play it forward. He does. And the Lions break it up. Amir, feeling pressure, has to go back to Carabali. Halliday will go back to his keeper. Now Rodas. Tormenta will feel very good if they can earn a point playing down a man. Excellent timing by Williams, turning the tide. Tormenta, by the time this game is over, will play more than 27 minutes down a man. And if they can earn themselves a point with that statistic, they'll take it. Here's Tablante trying to find some opening. He'll work the baseline. He's pushed down from behind by Skelton. And trying to figure out exactly who just got a card. Looks like it is Tablante. And I really would like to see this one again. Is in the 87th minute, Tablante goes into the book, and it very easily looked like in real time could have gone the other way. Skelton gave him the push with the extended hand, but it looks like Frederick Roning thinks that Moises Tablante took the dive. Not sure if I agree with that. Here come the Lions again. Throwing it to the outside. Halliday looking for some help, finds it, a little give and go. Halliday inside the box, takes the shot.
A yellow card has been issued.
Not sure exactly what happened there. There was a ball that was very close to the far post. It hit the ball just outside of the far post. We get to look again, but you take a look at Mikey Halliday. And Halliday, who goes, there were two balls on the pitch. There were two balls, in fact, on the pitch. So that ball that Halliday hit, so the question remains, and we're seeing things we normally do not see in football matches, folks, but my question would be, with that ball near the far post, if the ball had actually gone in, would it have been a goal? We may never know. I feel like we should be Saturday night television on NBC from years ago, Unsolved Mysteries. And look at this, and that's off the mark. From downtown, Hara comes out of his office, and Lamb with an open net, and he missed it. Hara comes out of his office, and Lamb trying to chip the keeper, and he missed the open net. That could have been the game winner, and Lamb is going to have nightmares tonight. Mason Lamb out of Claremont, which is just down the street from Orlando and Kissimmee. And here's Tormenta trying to earn themselves a win. Vignals trying to get it to the right foot. It's cleared out. Micheletto loses the handle, but they stay on it. Muller In the 90th minute, wouldn't this be something? Playing down a man after Lamb misses the open net to get the game winner. Play continues as OCB is going to look to turn it the other way. Williams coming up with the loose ball as Aguilera couldn't put a foot on it. Vinyals feeling all kinds of pressure from Tanaka. Still on it. Halliday comes over to help out. Tormenta. They're going to retreat just for a moment. Ball sent forward and sent out of play. Great opportunity, great ball movement. We're going to have 4 minutes of added time for your viewing pleasure. We want to thank Body Armor for providing it. Tablante sending it forward, but Tanaka was not breaking on the ball. Obinwa sending it forward. Carabali ahead to Aguilera. Aguilera finding some space. Slowing it down, letting the build-up come up. Here's OCB and Halliday serving it in, headed out. And OCB will be back on it. Carabali. And OCB playing catch in the middle of the pitch. Aguilera for Amir. And he'll go back. Aguilera for Halliday and back. Carabali, and right now, this is the way that you would expect OCB would be playing up a man. Carabali. Halliday. Aguilera. Rodas back to Aguilera, who had the goal in the 63rd minute, the PK. And that stolen away by Micheletto. Trying to turn around. Ball looked like it went out of play. And that mugging goes against Micheletto. Doesn't get booked for it. And here comes OCB. We're in the second of 4. Here comes OCB into the box. Loose ball to Blante. Couldn't one-time it. That's going to be shot wide. The only win for OCB on the season, 2-0 on the road in New England. They played up a man in that one as well. From the 38th minute on, we're now in the third of 4, tied at 1 apiece. To recap it for you, just to make it dramatic. Own goal in the 29th minute, credited to Thomas Williams. That made it 1-0 Tormenta. And then in the 63rd, Aguilera beat Pablo Jara with a PK, and that was after Josh Phelps was sent to the showers. He picked up a yellow card in the 61st minute for a handball inside the 6, and in the 49th minute, he picked up his first yellow. So the 2 yellows gave OCB the advantage, and right now they're going to have about 1 more minute to see if they can get the win here at home. They are yet to win on the road. They're yet to win at home here at Osceola Heritage Park, new home of OCB. Here's Williams. He'll cut it inside. He'll feed it into the middle, and that's knocked away by Rodas. Mikey Rowe centered, and it's broken up. So this might pretty much do it here as we take another look. Williams for Rowe. Rowe centers, and Rodas was Johnny on the spot to play it out. Corner coming up. Muller will take this one. Lifted up and headed out. And then gathered back up by Tormenta. Tormenta might very well have the last to say as it's punched out by Avisa. OCB, they may have one more shot at it. And on the breakaway, the whistle is blown. The ball was played forward to DeBlante. And the game is over. We finish at 1 apiece. OCB will have to wait a little bit longer to get their first win at the new facility of Orlando City Soccer Club. You look at Marcelo Nevilev, who picks up another point as the manager of Orlando City. And you may, folks, this has been one of those evenings. OCB and Tormenta, they finish at 1 apiece. An own goal and a PK. That's all the scoring that we get. OCB got a lot better and a lot stronger as this game wore on. That picked up from the second half on, and they really started to pour it on and take their chances when Raul Aguilera tied us at 1 apiece. Don't go away. We've got a lot more for you here on ESPN+. 1-1 is your final.
I'm making my money work for me.
I met and raised my savings goals.
Fairwinds gave me the freedom to go further.
My advisor helped me invest in myself and maximize my savings.
I can focus on growing my business because I know Fairwinds is growing my money.
Fairwinds helped me pay less interest on my new car with the shorter term loan.
Fairwinds keeps me connected anywhere I go.
And I know whatever's next, my Fairwinds crew will always have my back.
Get the freedom to go further with Fairwinds. Federally
Welcome back to Osceola Heritage Park. There is your Heineken man of the match, number 62, the 16-year-old Wilfredo Rivera. Why is he the man of the match? He created the scoring opportunity inside the box when Josh Phelps had the handball. So we will give the youngster out of San Juan, Puerto Rico, even though he can't enjoy a Heineken, he is the man of the match nonetheless, and he's sitting with the man, Moises Tablante. And we look at the save of the match. This one brought to you by Fairwinds Credit Union, and it comes early in the match. And this is a mistake that Botello Faz was trying to make the Lions pay. But Austin Avisa punched it out. Let's go to the highlights right now and show you exactly how this 1-1 draw came about. OCB and Tormenta here in Kissimmee. Early in the game, this one in the 29th minute, ball is being played back by Thomas Williams. Mishandled by Austin Avisa. Own goal in the 29th. And we went to the dressing room with Tormenta up 1-0. Here is the reason why Rivera is the man of the match. He earned the PK for Raul Aguilera. This one coming in the 63rd minute. He punches it home. OCB is 2 for 2 on PKs on the season. Credit Hara for being able to get a hand on it. And the bow and arrow, he hit the mark. Wasn't a bullseye, but he had it on the mark. Late in the game, opportunities abound for OCB. Almost, I'm not even sure if one of the balls had gone in, would that have been 1 goal? If both balls had gone in, would that have been 2 goals? The world may never know. Lamb, towards the end, had an open net, wasn't able to get it. It would have been the game winner. 2 cards on each side, offside, a little bit more for Tormenta. OCB picked up a little bit more on the possession when they were playing up a man. 4 shots on target. doubled up. Lions doubled up Tormenta on the shots. The only stat that ever matters, brought to you by Fairwinds Credit Union, is the one up top where it says goals. You look at the left, it says OCB won. You look on the right, it says Tormenta won, and that's the way we finished. 1-1 is your final. We take a look at the up-to-date standings. League One, Greenville sitting up top, 6 points ahead of the Richmond Kickers with 16 points. Omaha and Tormenta still with 9, or Tormenta jumps up to 4th, now with 9. And OCB still at the bottom, along with New England and Chattanooga. A lot of activity and excitement throughout League One. And tonight we saw a little bit of everything from the beginning to the end. For Ryan Rose, for everyone here at Osceola Heritage Park, on the cameras and the audio, and everyone back at the Vista Studios, making us look good and sound good. I'm Bruce Silverman. 1-1 is your final. Thanks for joining us here on ESPN+.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League League One cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League League One.